here with Poli from Caritas India. Welcome, Poli.
Thank you.
How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Yes, I'm really enjoying the conference. A lot of learnings coming through this platform.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful opportunity to get connected. And as I always believe, my purpose of being here is to get connected, learn, and transform.
Absolutely.
That's my objective of being in the organization, and that's how I really take my organization forward.
That's such a humble approach to your work.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your organization and what you do?
Yeah, Caritas India is the humanitarian phase of the Catholic Church in the country, in India, and we are working with 250 partners across the country. That way we have a strong pan-Indian presence. And Caritas India is also the member of the Confederation of Caritas Internationalis,
Okay.
which works in 164 countries.
Wow.
And maybe
Wow.
Caritas is the second largest humanitarian organization in the world next to Red Cross. So
Wow.
that way we have such a lot of presence across the country, across the world, and we strongly focuses on issues of development.
Wow. That sounds like you're making a big impact, not even, not only in India, but globally.
Absolutely. It's Pope Francis,
Yeah.
the leader of the Catholic Church in the world, who has come out with a very strong pronouncement on impact investment.
Yeah.
And he had assembled a group of industrialists and corporates together to speak on this particular theme and the responsibility of the investors in line with impact investment.
Yeah.
So this is becoming a kind of upcoming strong area wherein the investors have to be responsibly investing, taking into account the social impact, the environmental impact, and all the more the human impact.
Yeah.
And I think that is why we are all organizing ourselves right from the last mile at different levels when it comes to the designing of the program, the implementation of the program, and also the evaluation and documentation of the program. And we always do that kind of monitoring to seek at concurrently whether all our efforts and initiatives are moving in line with impact at different levels. So
Sure.
what is basically that we are looking forward to is to create the impact handprints. In all our initiatives, you see, come to Caritas India, we are mainly working on the verticals of emergency response and disaster risk reduction.
Sure.
And you see, coming back to India, we have emergencies back to back.
Yeah.
And even today,
Unfortunately.
at this point of time, let me tell you that the extreme climate conditions and variants are impacting in a huge way in our country, especially if you go to places like the Shimla and Chandigarh. And last month we had the very painful and sad event of the fury and flood in the state of Kerala down south, wherein which really claimed 486 people dead.
Oh my goodness.
And also affecting 5.4 million population, devastating their livelihoods, the whole infrastructure of the state, affecting in 12 districts out of 14 districts. And you see, which has left the state almost like a kind of wasteland. So
How
these
tragic.
these are the events that is happening in front of us, and I don't think we can sit idle.
No.
But then we need to be proactive,
Absolutely.
taking initiatives and steps to see how we need to really counter,
Yeah.
to address these kinds of developmental challenges that we have ahead of us, and contributing in our own way to change the world and make this world a better place for the people to live.
Yeah.
And that's what Caritas India is doing. And we are serving maybe in the current year we are serving 10 million population in the country.
Wow.
And also
Huge scale.
again, if you ask me, other areas of our intervention is also in the area of health. Health, the people in the country are really in need of a lot of public support in terms of health interventions. You see a population which has 1.3 billion population in India. I mean, the kind of public investment and the private kind of partnerships in the area of health is absolutely a kind of necessary.
Yeah.
And our Prime Minister the other day, I think precisely on 23rd, he has come with a kind of flagship program which is called maybe something called the Modi Care, as it was put by the Guardian paper. It's something called Modi Care, in line with Obama Care in America.
Oh, sure.
So which is going to be a kind of welcome initiative.
Yeah.
And I think if all the government systems, the private initiatives, and the civil society come together, that can make really a lot of difference in the lives of the people. And for people, the cost of healthcare is very, very high in our country, in India. And in this particular area, people going through different kind of health hazards. If you see, you just take for example NCD, non-communicable diseases. One of such example is that of a cancer.
Right.
India is a country which is again coming with a lot of cancer patients, and maybe there may be at some point of time, if it goes at this speed and pace, India may become one of the cancer capital of the world in the near future, which is really a kind of concerning concern for the people of the country, and that is why we need to put in all our efforts together. And you see, there are many other developmental challenges that we come across in our country when it comes to different demographies and geographies. And if you see, look at the demographies, the most of the vulnerable population are the children and the women, especially the women, the pregnant women, wherein both these categories of population are affected a lot with the issues of malnutrition. And the rate of malnutrition is so high in our country, and more so with the kind of tribal populations and the Dalit communities. And again, that is one of our main focuses. I'm happy to learn from this particular conference that there are a lot of beautiful stories of change happening with the different stakeholders.
Here, right?
Yeah, and that is something very, very positive which I see as part of this wonderful conference. So I feel that it was a great platform for me, again, to be connected, to learn many things, and maybe I take these lessons learned from this particular conference of Impact NGO Expo back into my experience and to my life in the organization, and maybe that will help me better in making my organization a better organization, an effective platform to make the change possible in our country. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.